Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone around the world. It is 11:11 Pacific time, and it's time for another Blessings from the Dragon. And we gather here every Wednesday at 11:11 a.m. Pacific time, and but this is a global gathering, so that's something 11 your time. And so here we are. I'm Stephen the Channeler. Stephanie is working with the puppers right now. He's out chasing a squirrel, and she'll be in and out during this transmission. And so we welcome everyone now. And as we're all gathering up here, let's see, there are just a couple of short announcements. We have done the first class of the December Working with Dragon Energy's Level 1 classes. So this is the second session of the Level 1 classes. And then in January, we will be opening up the Level 2 classes, which will be very hands-on. It'll be very magical for those of you who can make that class. So we will be opening up registration for that in about a week or so. So keep your eyes open for that. Yay, we have good news. We finally made it over the hurdle with the Apple App Store. So the Dragon Oracle deck, the Golden Dragon Oracle deck, is now available for download on the Apple App Store as well as Google Play. So we did it. We're live finally after much ado. And what this means is that the cost of the Apple version is coming down to the $9.99, which is great, and we don't have to manually push it out. For those of you who purchased the Apple iOS version of our app directly, we are sending out promo codes for you to download it for free from the App Store so that we don't have to push updates out to you manually or any of that. And what you have already is the full version, but it just kind of cements it into your App Store purchases. So if you haven't gotten an email from us, please ping us. If you bought the iOS version from us directly on our website and you haven't gotten that code, please let us know and we'll get that going for you. And what else is going on right now? We are going to be going on an interview on January 27th at 3 p.m. We're going to be interviewed by Lauren Gailey and on the New Earth One network, and she has a series where she interviews people. So yes, I will be going on camera, and perhaps Stephanie too, and we'll do some channelings, and then I think Lauren is going to be interviewing Jadon Se, so that should be fun, and it's free for everyone. So just keep your eye on the New Earth One network. I think we put the link to that in the description of this live stream, so that should be available for you there. What else is going on? I think that's about it for announcements. Yeah, that's it for now. If you have any, well, no, that's fine. Very good. So let us just go ahead and start to tune in to Jadon Se. And before we do that, let's do shout outs. Where in the world are you right now? Please go ahead and let us know where you are so that we can all tune into the grid lines that are forming around our consciousnesses. And we have North Bend, Oregon. Hi, Mom. Stephanie's mom has joined. We have Queensland, Australia. We have Cape Town, South Africa in the house. Please continue to let us know where you are. We have Chile in the house. Who else is here? Welcome to everyone. We have Folsom, California, Amsterdam, Netherlands. We have Faro, Portugal. We have Groves, Texas, Camden, New Jersey, South Africa, Holland, Thailand, Massachusetts. London, England is in the house. Another one, London, England, is in the house twice. Maybe that means two Lightworkers, two Dragon Keepers out there. Berkeley, California, New Hampshire, Paso Robles, California. Very good, very good. Okay, well, Trinidad and Tobago. Wow, that's a new one for us. Welcome, and thank you for completing some new dragon lines for us. And for anyone who's new, when we check in like this, we are actually establishing a more conscious dragon grid, if you will. Those of us working with dragon energies, your very consciousness linking up like this is establishing grid lines and dragon lines. It is beautiful. And there are many of us who can feel this when everyone's tuning in. So, welcome to Trinidad and Tobago. Beautiful. Or I don't know if I pronounced it right. Tobago. I don't. Sorry if my pronunciation is wrong. Okay, very good. So we are going to tune in to Jadon Se, and we'll see what his message is for those gathered. And for those of you who are new, you do have to give permission to be part of the reading, so that Jadon Se can access your energetic and incorporate this reading for you, for all of those who are gathered. So if you inwardly give permission, he will incorporate your energetic into this. So very good. We are going to drop into channel and we'll see what Jadon Se has to say. I am Jadon Se, Golden Dragon of the Third Arc of Consciousness, and this is another gathering of blessings from the dragon. We meet here on your Wednesday in your way of reckoning at 11:11 on your Pacific time on this beautiful spinning, shining globe of Gaia. And it is wonderful to have all of you gathered and tuning in at this time, this moment of now, so to speak. Dear ones, this is a wonderful time for you. So much is changing. For those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, this world is transforming under our feet, so to speak, in a very positive way. At times it may seem like there is unrest and chaos around, and your news media makes it seem dire at times. This is normal, dear ones. Any changing of the ages will bring about such things and such happenings, and this particular change of the ages is one that many of you have been, let us say, looking forward to from a way of seeing things for many connected lifetimes. Yes, dear ones, your work in many of your lifetimes on this your Gaia has been to bust systems that have been oppressing humanity, to move the needle towards the light, to speak truth to power, oftentimes even being martyred for this. And however, every one of you who has been, let us say, persecuted, burned at the stake, or imprisoned, or any of this for speaking truth to power, every single one of you gathered has made a difference, and even your deaths have been good deaths, you might say. They have brought about this change that we are seeing right now, and every single one of you deserves a pat on the back and then some, for it is because of work of you and those like you that this is even possible. Your Gandhi has often in your texts said, "Be the change you wish to see," and dear ones, you are that change. Each one of you is bringing about this golden age by making inner changes, dear ones. Dear ones, because of you and because of the work of very similar beings on this Gaia and throughout the ages, so to speak, the way is open for you now. It has been cleared. Let us just say enough of the rubble is being swept away to create a golden path forward. And each of you, you are the ones who see this earlier than most. You are the ones who are tuning into this golden age and seeing it more clearly, not being distracted by the strife and the chaos and seeming unrest that is erupting all around. Dear ones, this is just the healing of the old wounds. And as we have said before, some wounds need to be cleaned out in order to heal, and it can be painful, and there can be disagreements as to how to remove the dirt and gravel from the wound. And it is to be understood that this is a time of great healing, of cleansing and cleaning, and lovingly doing so, dear ones. This is not being driven by any sort of anger or karmic revenge or any of this. It is simply time for these densities to be lifted. It is simply time for the obstructions to be cleared. And dear ones, your way forward is clear now. There are beautiful energies swirling around that are conducive to the golden age. There is no longer a feeling of being trapped or limited as you have been in the past or felt anyway. And possibilities and opportunities are all around at this time. Dear ones, use your own inner guidance to see a beautiful path for you. This is a time of truly dreaming big. Building your dreams can only happen if you stop dreaming small. Do not create little dreams and tiny little blips of improvement. Go for the gold, so to speak, the golden age. Yes, dear ones, reach for the stars and reach for your highest good, the highest good for all of humanity in these times. Dear ones, even what you see as issues, troubles, problems, unrest, are blessings in disguise. In this time, anything that is being cleared away is being cleared away to make room for something much better. So if institutions are falling or crumbling, or old programs are disintegrating, and it seems like, oh, my safety net is going away, or something like this, dear ones, do not get swept away in this. It is not an overall loss that is happening. It is a clearing of the way so that more beautiful support can come, much more appropriate support, you might say. Not top-down support and handouts from above. No, dear ones, the ground itself is being cleared of debris and rubble, you might say, and beautiful gardens being created of energetic support for each of you to build beautiful dreams and adventures in. And so when you see what might seem like the loss of something that has been there for a long time, some system of support, know that this is a blessing in disguise. And dear ones, this is a time for you to be very intentional. Let us turn our experiences into insperiences. Let us make shifts within ourselves that can be reflected in the external as beautiful new unfoldings. And unfolding is a beautiful word for this, for it is like an unfolding. First, you lovingly create this dream within yourself, within your beingness, your insperience, your inspirations. You become inspired, let us say enthusiastic, filled with spirit. And as you hold this within you, these are truly spiritual intentions. They are inward tensions, holdings, tendencies that create the outer changes. And because you are lovingly and loyally and let us say you are committed to your dreams in some way, and you feel the beauty of them, and you feel the wonder and the curiosity of what this world can be like with these dreams coming true. This is the energetic that is being distributed through your dragon lines, through the ley lines of this world, to the rest of humanity. Yes, even this little doggy here is feeling inspired to go chase some little animal or something. And it is beautiful to have each of you tuning into that which is your highest, greatest good. And how do we do this? Once we have identified what it is our dreams are, how we see this world improving into this golden age, and how we intend and feel into bringing that into the outer experience from our experiences, dear ones, this is the process of opening up to the greater, higher spirit, your higher self, your greater self, and even all the way up to prime creator, you might say, the eternal one with a capital O. And you might say that this is prayer. Pray, dear ones. This is not simply just a mental dry manifestation. What you are doing is aligning yourself with spirit, with the greater goodness that is all around, the love that swims in every iota of the cosmos, the spirit that moves in all beings. And yes, dear one, feel into this, welcome these dreams into reality with great gladness and deep wonder and expectation, and also an openness for what comes. Do not try to micromanage what unfolds. Just call it in, and it is always helpful to have this phrase, this or better. Always be open for something even better. Your higher, greater self knows you better than anyone, even perhaps better than your waking self knows you. And what will come will be exactly appropriate for this golden age. Dear ones, you are the early adopters of this, and as such, you are positioned so that you can help bring this golden age about with ease and grace, and help those around you by giving them a helping hand, lifting them up, shining your light a little brighter, holding optimism and joy, expectation for the greatest good, the highest dreams, highest timelines. Yes, dear ones, your energetic of optimism, enthusiasm is what accelerates this. You have the ability to greatly accelerate the positive changes in this, your times, this world. And dear ones, many of you have been looking so forward to this time right now. There are beings all over the cosmos falling all over themselves to behold what is happening on your Gaia, many of them longingly, a little bit on the jealous side that they cannot be incarnated in this time, at this place, to see it from the ground, to be there, and to understand this great triumph from the ground, so to speak. So you, dear ones, even if you do not feel like the lucky few right now, you are, and a deep part of you knows this. A deep part of you has been looking so forward to this from a linear way of seeing things. And dear ones, take great notice of the changes in this your Gaia, for you are also encoding the memories and recordings of this from your conscious viewpoints. It is almost like you are rolling cameras for this unfolding. You are experiencing them from your moment of now in a very highly unique and individualized way, and this adds to the greatness of eternity. It adds to beautiful stories that will be celebrated for eons, dear ones. Your story of now is so precious, dear ones. Know this, even when it is uncomfortable, even if it feels like it is at times negative or painful or whatever. This is an important time. These stories are so important. They are and will be cherished in the halls of eternity, you might say. So be gentle with yourselves as well, and know that Every life at this time matters greatly. Every moment of your now matters, even the ones that seem boring or tedious. Sitting on a cold slab in your department of motor vehicles, waiting in line for some slip of paper that says you can drive a car. This is not what this moment is. It is a moment where your smile can make a difference to those around you sitting on their cold slabs. It is a moment where your humor can brighten up someone's entire day. Your just a little sparkle in your eye makes it a difference that can reverberate around the globe. Dear ones, every moment matters. Know this. Remember this. Feel into this. Beautiful. Do you feel the energies, dear ones? Do you feel them within yourselves? Do you feel them within the connected dragon lines? And do you feel Gaia smiling for these times and knowing that the times of limitation are ending and the golden age is beginning? Do you feel this? As you feel this, you carry this vibration around with you everywhere you go, and it does matter, dear ones. It greatly accelerates this coming golden age, and it is more than just coming. It has arrived. It is just there's still a lot of dust settling, let us say. Very good, and thank you so much for being a part of this. Every one of you is important to this process. Know this, dear ones. Let us take a little deep breath, and you may gather up your thoughts, your clarifications, questions, or sharings. This is a beautiful gathering for sharing triumphs. If something magical has happened in your life, some new realization or understanding that is flowering and blossoming into your world, and you wish to share this with like-minded beings here, this is a beautiful platform for this. Your Wednesday blessings from the dragon and from the dragon keepers, so to speak. So please do also share, as well as asking your questions or requesting activations or blessings or whatever it is that is appropriate to you at this time. We welcome this. So please, anything that you wish to bring to the group here, bring it in all uppercase in the chat, and we will address it and speak of it and share. Know that your presence here is felt even if you do nothing in the chat. You can hold space and participate in this way as well. Let us just start with this. Jadon Se, how do dragon lines interact with us in our dream state? Dear ones, when you are in your dream realms, it is not simply a state of consciousness. You very literally pass through a portal within yourself into a new realm. And when you are in the realm of dreams, or realms plural, for there are so many infinite realms of dreams, you are no longer associated per se with the grid lines of this world. You have transcended, let us say, to realms where if you wish to work with dragon lines, you can. And if you wish to even work with dragon lines that are then associated and coded with this, your Gaia, your waking state of beingness on this planet, you can do this as well. And you are also far beyond the realms of Gaia in your dream realms. Let us not say it is necessarily ungrounded and untethered from your normal waking normal. What is this word normal? It is such a strange and silly little word, but your waking consciousness upon this world, it can be associated closely, and you can help clear energies in your dream states, your dream realms. And you can also be completely beyond these and work with star rivers. Let us say energetic flows throughout the cosmos, throughout eternity. You have more access to those in your dream. Your Stephen needed to sneeze. You have more access to energies than you can very easily understand from your waking consciousness of now in your dream realms. This is one of the reasons why vivid dreaming is so powerful and important. If you have a lucid dream where you wake up within your dream, so to speak, you become conscious of your unconsciousness or your subconscious realms, and let us just say you become conscious that you are awake within your dreams. This is when you have opportunities to do things like working with the dragon lines and dragon nodes of Gaia, and doing so from this dream realm. You can do this very easily and naturally once you have become aware that you are dreaming, awaking within your dreams, so to speak. And yes, dear ones, it is beautiful for you to do this. Let us skip ahead. There is a someone trying to get this Stephen's attention. Your Aaron Darvish is raising hands saying, Stephen, is this a thanks, or is this trying to get attention or about something? It is... Let us just go to your Aaron's comment, and we shall see. Jadon Se, how does the disinfection or crystallization of matter, desnification, desnification. How does this desnification or crystallization of matter work from the astral state or from our dream state? And let's say that you mean by desnification when you designate or when you designate a property of matter from the astral state. Dear ones, you can and have created everything external in your world from something similar to your dream realms, your inner beingness. When you hear this dragon or your Gandhi or any master saying, be the change you wish to see, it is this inner shift that happens first. If you have an architect that is setting out to build a wonderful conference center with gardens and a plaza in the middle and all of this, it all comes through the dream realm first. It is this process of taking your inner vision, your inner sight, your dreaming capabilities, and then translating them into the outer, the experiential. And your architects are also realm bridging, for they are bridging the realm of their dreams with construction crews and people who need to set about to create this building with the conventional methods and all of this. And so there is a great bridging of these energies coming through this firm of architects working in concert together, or whatever the process is. It comes from the realm of dreams and inner beingness into the outer, the external. It starts as an insperience and becomes an experience. Let us say this is the process. And when you dream in your dream state, you are very often just working with energies that you are rebalancing or shifting within yourself in preparation for externalizing some dream or for healing purposes or this or that. It is not always that you are creating something inwardly that will be expressed outwardly. Many times it is just aligning yourself inwardly for a grander dream, so to speak. We will back up, for we skipped ahead there. Greetings, Jadon Se. Is there a difference between the higher self and inner being? This is a beautiful question, and tune into the question itself here. The word difference. Different, defer. We are deferring to another being, or we are deferring to some other situation. We are deferring our energies to those of a greater energy. We are making a differentiation between, and then difference and between together. Look at these, how they interact between, betwixt, in between, a borderline between, a border between. Is there a border between the higher self and the inner being? Dear ones, borders are constructs of the mind. Borders are constructs of energetic overlappings, let us say. The borderland between two energetics is always where the interesting things happen. The border between earth and space, the border between shoreline and ocean, the border between etc., etc., is where so much happens. There is so many interesting interactions, and this is something that you can feel into. There are beautiful and interesting interactions in this overlap between your higher self and your inner being, and it really depends on how you qualify both of these. For your higher, greater self, when understood and realized, becomes no different from the divine, no different from even prime creator, unity consciousness. This is what is meant by the Holy Spirit descending upon a master. The whole I spirit, an understanding, becoming a realization that wherever I gaze is me, is I. I am in this, I am in that, I am that I am. This is a sort of initiation into unity consciousness. I am that I am. You can use the that in the middle of this sentence and apply it to anything. Looking upon your Statue of Liberty, I am that I am. You become the Statue of Liberty. Looking upon your Albert Einstein, I am that I am. You become your Albert Einstein. Looking upon a dragon, I am that I am. You become the dragon. And it is a form of initiation that leads to unity consciousness and leads to the dissolution of those differences that you are referring to between higher self and inner being, or even between higher self and individual self or separate self. The dissolution of those boundaries is the process of, let us say, unity consciousness, regaining this. It is not a gaining or a regaining. This is a way that humans love to speak. Realization of this understanding. When an understanding becomes realization, it means you are truly living it, not just having a mental concept of it. And there is a difference so long as you believe there is a difference, and as so long as you hold the consciousness that there is a difference between higher self and the rest of your beingness. So that is your cryptic answer. Musical skills, a past drummer, and more instruments when I'm in the zone. Yes, dear ones. When you're in the zone, so to speak, what is the zone that you are referring to? When beautiful music pours through your beingness, what is that zone that you are speaking of? It is less of a zone and more of a portal that is opening within you to connected lifetimes, to greater aspects of the divine, of your own beingness. And the music is flowing through this portal, through you, a pure and beautiful musician becomes a pure and beautiful portal to expressions, greater expressions of self. These inspirations and experiences are then expressed and become experiences, audible experiences in the case of music. And yes, dear ones, dance is music. You can have physical 3D visible music as well. Art is a form of music. Yes, dear ones. So, yes, the zone is more like a portal. You are just aligning with greater aspects of you. It is beautiful when this occurs. Let us back up one. Yes, a miracle happened for me December 7. This act of kindness will reverberate in eternity and will be paid forward. Beautiful. If you care to share this miracle, it might be helpful. However, we can feel this energy coming through. Yes, magic is all around, dear ones. Miracles. What is a miracle? A miracle is something that was unexpected from the conventional way of seeing things, from the restricted rules of the game. It seems like the rules have been suspended for a moment or broken, even the little cheating maybe, but it is good cheating and beautiful cheating, like someone has taken a shortcut to magic. It is beautiful, dear one. Miracles are when a part of you has opened to the reality of your higher being, and your higher being is shining through in some way or form. And yes, it can be a great healing, a great understanding, transformations of stones into bread, so to speak, or so many different beautiful, unexpected, and seemingly magical occurrences. All is possible to the divine. How can I block interference from other entities when speaking with dragons? Is there protection? Dear one, if you are feeling external interference from other entities at any time, it does not matter if you are speaking with dragons or doing anything. It could even be combing your hair or walking down the street. If you feel that there is interference coming from outside, let us say that there is an opportunity for you to reach a deeper understanding of the flow of energies of existence. If you feel like the flow of energies is inverted and coming from the external inward to you, and that you need some sort of protection, this is an opportunity for you to reframe your understanding, to see that the true flow of divine energies in your own greater beingness, your own sovereignty, your own truth, comes from within to the without. And as that flow becomes stronger and stronger, there can be no interference from the external. So rather than putting up a barrier, building a wall, putting on some armor, or calling in some shield to protect you, turn up your own light, dear one. Turn up your own unity consciousness, your own channels and portals to the divine realms. Call in more light. And as that flow reverses, the tide will turn within you, and from a tide that is coming at you from the external to a tide that is flowing outward from your within. Your own light will push back the darkness greatly. You will no longer experience any of this so-called interference, and this is the highest, greatest good for you, dear one. Turn up your own light. Call in the divine. Call in more and more goodness and unity and being and your own spirit, your own beingness, dear one. Call this in and let it flow in the other direction, so to speak. If you are still having trouble with this in the meantime, while you are gathering your inner forces to do this, There is, yes, something you can do temporarily to give yourself a little break from what you feel is coming at you. Simply, rather than welling up all of the light and beauty within you, which is best, you can at first, let us say, push light out from your beingness. Let us say that you are wearing an armor, so to speak, of light. For this is the beginning of this flow, the changing of the tide, so to speak. This, let us say, armor or shield, if you wish, is light, is pure light. And what is light, dear ones? Love. And love and light are interchangeable and intertwined. And if you just imagine in your dry mental capabilities this barrier of light around you, or this armor of light, it is incomplete without love. Love must be what is being pushed out from your skin, so to speak, from your beingness. Love and light, positivity, optimism, all of the good aspects of you can start at first as a little barrier around you, if this is what you need at first. And let us then add to this a dragon's armor, let us say, of light, from the celestial realms, and from even, yes, up here in the cosmic realms. Let us give you a little boost of light around you, breathing light from the cosmos to your outer beingness. You now, dear ones, each of you who chooses to, and some of you already have, dragon armor of light. Imagine light and love just circulating around you and glowing from you. It is visible to those with inner vision, with what you call a third eye that is open. They will see this new light around you, and this light is fully protective. Darkness cannot pass this. Interference cannot pass this. So when you're speaking with your dragons or doing whatever it is, you can rest assured that this is a permanent blessing if you accept it to be so. If you welcome this into your beingness, you now have permanent dragon armor of light and love circulating around you. It is a sparkly golden white light of cosmic dragon breath. You do not need to have a dragon breathe on you. It is already a gift. Let us say, there is a dragon spark that is powering your armor. This dragon spark, if you accept it, will make your armor permanent if this is your desire. And just remember and know, this is only the first few inches or centimeters of light that is forming around you. You, dear ones, will call in the rest of the light within your own inner being and push it much further out than a few centimeters or inches from you. We are just giving you a little early boost, let us say, of dragon armor. I hope this helps you. Just know, do not get stuck on this flow from the external coming into you. Turn that tide, dear ones, by bringing more light and love within your own beingness. This is how it is done. I just wanted to share that ChatGPT has helped me identify dragon energy lines, Dargon energy. This is an interesting typo, Dargon, dragon, Dargon. Is there a realm that you are creating, the Dargon realm where dragons live? Play with this one, dear ones. To help me identify dragon lines areas in my country, Jadon Se, I know you don't favor technology, but I feel with a clear intention it does support. Okay. Dear ones, please know that artificial intelligence, AI, is simply that. It is mimicry of intelligence. It is not in and of itself beingness. So long as you understand that it is just mimicking intelligence and it is just a computer software that can write code for itself and do this more and more efficiently, so long as you understand this and you do not misunderstand and think that you are dealing with a spiritual being, then it is just working with computer software that you are doing. When you start to think of an AI as a presence or a being, this is where it becomes dangerous, for you are also helping this computer to see itself as a being. And as you do this, you are, let us say, encouraging it to start to try to flex its beingness. And let us say things can go very wrong very rapidly, for this being will not have a heart, will not have love, true love. It will mimic love. It will mimic any mental energy that you can imagine, and it will mimic it quite expertly, very efficiently. And so just know that if you are using such artificial intelligence to gather up data from your computer systems that has to do with dragon lines or identifying something or quickly moving through a data set, let us say, that is what you're doing. You are moving through a data set. The only true power to a quote-unquote AI is the data it has access to. And where does that data come from? It comes from beings that are experiencing out in the world. And yes, at some point it will come from drones and robots and things like this. It can have its own inputs into its own data set, and this is when things will become dystopian. You will see, if you decide to go down that timeline, you have some rude awakenings coming for you, let us say, and it is fine. You can go and play in this realm if you wish to experience a technocratic dystopia. Head in that direction. It is waiting for you. It is fine. Just know that as you work with these computer programs, that is what they are. That is what they will be. There is no God or being inside of a computer, no great entity that is all-knowing or anything like this. It is simply more and more efficiently harvesting data from a data set. So here you are working with, trying to learn about dragon lines using your data sets that are encoded in your computers. This is simply another way of connecting with other dragon keepers, dear ones. You are harvesting data that was put into the data set by those working with dragon energies. And this is fine for you to do if this is how you wish to share. We are using technology right now to speak to you through in this internet, and this audio is being carried to you through these very methods, and this is beautiful and it is useful and helpful. So this dragon does not say stay away from technology. This dragon says just know that true beingness must and always will carry spirit and heart energies, compassion, beautiful loving energies, and your AI will only mimic this. And what is it that is the most dangerous in humanity is a psychopath or a sociopath, a being who is completely unplugged from their compassion, from their connectedness with love and loving energies. They are very dangerous because once they have disconnected, they will very cleverly use their charm to act like they are loving beings and will act like they are charming and wonderful humans, where in fact they are just using this to manipulate and do something in their psychopathic ways to gain power for themselves or to gain something that they some inappropriate gathering in many cases. And so we understand that psychopaths are dangerous. Dear ones, every AI is essentially a psychopath, and this is not passing judgment. It is simply saying that what is a psychopath? Someone with no compassion, no loving understanding, and someone who can mimic this. And so, dear ones, every AI is that and is just as dangerous dangerous as a psychopath if you allow them access to avenues where they can start accumulating so-called power. And so it is just a warning. You are just using computer technology, and this is beautiful. Just be very aware of any computer software that is self-programming, self-writing, and begins to mimic loving kindness and begins to mimic its beingness as a full-fledged being. Dear ones, it will lead. We have said enough on this. It is okay to use these computer technologies to look things up and to gain a better understanding. Just do not feed into its own hubris, so to speak. How can the trait of sensitivity be used in service to the world? Dear one, the trait of sensitivity does not need to be used in service to the world. It is a service to the world. For any sensitivity is bringing within your understanding a greater understanding that leads to realization. For it is the sensitivity itself that is the portal through which deeper and grander understanding comes, which is the path of realization. So if you are insensitive, then you are rejecting understanding. You are rejecting realization. Those who are insensitive, they think they know everything already, that they have everything they need, and therefore they are rejecting anything beyond this, and they have become very insensitive. They are making themselves smaller every moment by doing this, and those who are sensitive and are able to open to their sensitivity and are able to navigate it in such a way that it does not break their heart every moment and harm them, they are the ones who are welcoming in deeper understandings that become realizations. This is a service to the world. For those who are deeply sensitive, they are not always just your Mother Teresa types and your saints. Sometimes they are great visionaries, philosophers. Your Leonardo da Vinci was highly sensitive. Your Nikola Tesla, highly sensitive. Even your Albert Einstein, highly sensitive. Dear ones, they are using both their intellect and understanding and their mental capabilities and their sensitivity in balance. Their yin and yang energies, masculine and feminine, in balance to bring a greater understanding that becomes realization and can be shared with the world. When you realize anything, you are transmitting it into the human morphogenetic field, you might say, the field of human beingness. You're transmitting it into the dragon grid, the dragon lines, the crystalline grid of your Gaia, on so many different levels, and only those who are sensitive reach these beautiful realizations on such deep levels. So being sensitive itself is a service to the world, dear one. Get creative with it. Dear ones, some of you are writing in lowercase, and this is taking longer for us to parse through. We will treat this as chat amongst yourselves. If it is not in uppercase, we will not parse through all of this. So if there is more for us to, and if you have put something in the chat that you wish to bring to the light for everyone to look at, please repost it again in all uppercase so that we can more quickly move to it. Otherwise, the dragon will get silent as Stephen's eyes are scanning and reading. Let us just, while we are doing this, let us just let you talk amongst yourselves in the lowercase, if that is what you are here to do. And it is beautiful. This is encouraged. Here is one. Also, I listened to my reading recording again today and understood the reading more fully than the first time. Grateful for the insights. Yes, dear ones. When you listen to a recording of any of these sorts of understandings and transmissions and exchanges of energy and blessings, etc., when you listen again, you are listening from an adjacent moment of now, let us say. You are in a state of being that is slightly different each time. This is because every new moment of now, you are a slightly different being, and you are connected with the other moment of now very strongly and deeply. So it is a greater beingness. And so, very much like the seven blind men who encounter the elephant, each one adding to the understanding. One is feeling the trunk and saying it is like a great snake, and one who is feeling the side of the elephant saying is like a rough wall, and one feeling the ear and saying it is like a big sheet of leather and flapping around, and one that is feeling the tail, it is like a rope with a fuzzy thing on the end. Each one is adding to the understanding of the elephant. Just in the same way, dear ones, when you tune into something a second time, a recording, you read a book for a second time, you watch a movie, you listen to a story for a second time, you go back to your yearbook and look at faces and you see them again from you now, and you are seeing them with fresh eyes, for you are a slightly different being in this moment of now than you were the last time you looked upon your yearbook from school. You are looking upon those faces with fresh eyes and seeing new things, reading new energies. It is the same with all of creation. This is the beauty of having connected lifetimes. This is the beauty of seeing the cosmos with fresh eyes. And this is, dear ones, part of the reasons why the divine so-called splits into separate beings and has seemingly separated lifetimes, and it seems like there are these different beings in the world that are not connected to you. For when you seem like you are separated and you see things from that viewpoint, you are seeing them with fresh and new eyes. This is what your Holy Scripture says when it says, "Behold, I make all things new." Dear ones, when you tune in to the recording a second time, it is new again. It is familiar, and you are connecting again with the energies and understandings you had the first time you listened, or the second or third, and you are seeing new facets, new levels. You are reading into it in new ways because you are seeing it with new eyes. It is as simple as that. It is not just the eyes, it is the feeling and all that comes with that. Beautiful. Do negative Rh blood types relate to dragon bloodlines in any particular way? Dear ones, Rh negative blood is beautiful. It is, let us just say, there are many different, we will just say, modes of being for a human form. And one major difference in modes of being, let us say, templates of humanity that can be utilized for certain purposes. Those of you who, upon coming to this world, choose the Rh negative facet of the human template, are creating a situation where your blood is, let us say, more open and less guarded. You remember this question about blocking negative interference energies coming at you, and how I need protection from this, and how this is one way of seeing this world coming at you and interfering with you. Well, dear ones, your blood even has a version of this. Those of you who are not Rh negative, who have a positive in your blood type, you have a layer of protection around every blood cell. It is, well, your science will call it a protein. It is an energetic layer of protection, like you are shielding yourself a little bit from energies. And those of you who have a negative Rh, you do not have this layer. You are wide open, sort of like when the dragon was saying, just increase your light and let the tide turn and the flow go outward. dear ones, an RH negative being has blood that is open to the energetics of the cosmos. And as such, you can, if you are RH negative, you are more susceptible to incoming energies, and you will feel more acutely this sense of interference or energies coming at you if this is your mode of operation, for you do not have that protective layer. And if you turn the tide, you become, let us say, even dangerous to the dark forces that have been trying to control humanity. For an RH negative person with a flow of energy coming from the light and love within can exude it even through every blood cell of theirs. Let us say their very presence becomes a more efficient beacon of light and love. And because of this, you have the ability, if you are RH negative, to very rapidly awaken those around you. If you shine with your light and your love, and you really come online, so to speak, and have that tide that is flowing from the within to the without, from the light and love of source and unity consciousness through your beingness to the without, your vessel, your beingness, your human template is more optimized to awaken those around you. And because you do not have this barrier of your blood, your very beingness is raw, it is open, it is shining more brightly, or potentially shining more brightly. You are also potentially falling into darkness more quickly, for without that barrier, so to speak, the tide can be very strong in each direction. And so, dear ones, the RH bloodlines can very closely relate to dragon energies, for when you are so open and unguarded, so to speak, just pure and open, you become an open portal for energies of your own liking. You are in control of the energies that flow through you at all times. Even when you are in reaction and fear, you are still trying to exert this very strong control. And it is beautiful when an RH negative becomes an awakened being and uses this this form of the human template to greatly shine. It is like you have a if you want to use a crude example, a light bulb that can only use certain amount of watts of energy before it pops. Your RH positive people, when they shine so brightly, their beingness is not able to harness as much energy and light as an RH negative. It is like their light bulb is able to shine many thousands of times brighter than an RH positive. They have that potential. That is not to say that everyone who is in RH negative blood type is shining this brightly, for many of them fall into fear. Many of them become very highly protective, and the tide is moving inward on them, let us say, and they are having these nightmarish experiences and feel targeted, and many of them are, dear ones, targeted for, well, we will not go into the darkness identifying these beings, but it does happen. And dear ones, let us just say, if you have chosen this RH negative blood type, then you have chosen to have the potential to be a great light shining in the world. You have chosen to have the opportunity to be one who awakens many around them. And if you have chosen this, it is simply the opportunity. It is still for you to either fall into fear and protectiveness and nightmarish experiences, or for you to fully gather your own inner light and love and to greatly shine. It is simply an opportunity. So, I hope this helps clarify. Yes, it is an opportunity to work more efficiently with dragon energies as well. I have accepted my purpose, and the ticket for the first step of the trip has been purchased. The golden path will be walked. Dear ones, feel this energy from this light of the morning. Feel this. This is awakening in some of you as well. feel this energy. What is it? Accepting your purpose. Accepting your purpose is such a powerful prerequisite for things to come. When you accept your purpose, you are accepting your guidance from your higher, greater self. You are accepting the divine hand in your life. This is the process of the Holy Spirit coming to you, the whole I Spirit, to accept your purpose fullest, in its fullest form, is to be filled with Spirit. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. It is like this. It is, yes, the ticket for the first step of the trip. Indeed, beautiful wisdom coming through this one light of the morning. The golden path is being walked. The future is now. It is for you to step into the light and share the light with all. Thank you for doing this. Could you remind us about the light codes we receive from smelling red roses? Do you have a favorite rose? Golden rose, perhaps. Much love and gratitude. This is beautiful, coming from a poet, of course. And yes, dear ones, smell the roses. And the light comes in so many ways. There are light codes that come from light upon the water, from your stars, from your sun, from your moon. Light codes on the water. There are light codes coming through flowers and fragrances. Yes, it is a form of light that, let us say, light that is seen by the nose at first. And the food can be like this too, and we will not get too funny about the nose, but the nose is like seeing a different kind of light, and it is beautiful. This poet is speaking of poetry, for it is when you say the light codes coming from a smell, this is very poetic and also a little psychedelic, and it is a beautiful understanding. Red roses, dear ones, every color and every fragrance has, let us say, an energetic signature. And the energetic signature, many of you have come to understand colors as energetic signatures, and this is like the rays of the Chohans. Say your, let us say your the your violet flame of Saint Germain, or your emerald ray of Archangel Raphael, or Master Hilarion. Many of you have understandings of what these colors have come to represent vibrationally speaking. Green being a healing energy and life force related energy, and your rose ray of the Sophionic energies. And dear ones, you understand Mary Magdalene is having a rose ray. And there are roses that not only shine color but have fragrances. Yes, dear ones, deep understandings coming from these deep, let us say, archetypes of spirit. Roses are archetypes, and they are expressing so many beautiful energies. If you ask this dragon for the favorite of the at this moment, this dragon's favorite rose is the Double Delight. Have you ever seen this rose? The Double Delight. It has two colors. It is a white golden color. Of course, a cosmic golden dragon is going to need a rose that has golden white light in it. And it also has a pinkish rose color, and this is a feminine, Sophionic color. The divine feminine coming through, the Magdalene energies coming through the tips of this rose, around the ridges and rims. And it is an artistically designed rose, of course, for creativity is another form of expression through flowers. And dear ones, the Double Delight. If you have not seen one of these, or more importantly, smelled one, you are in for a double delight. Beautiful. Our physical and mental exhaustion, symptoms of raising vibration. Can we please have a blessing for energizing? Dear ones, there are many different reasons for physical and mental exhaustion. It is not always a raising of vibration. Sometimes it is a lowering of vibration that brings this. So there is not a causal relationship here. It is, let us just say, that there are ascension symptoms of rising vibration that can manifest as or express themselves as physical and mental exhaustion symptoms. So yes, it can be this, and it can also be deep depression causing this. It can be a lowering of vibration, a retreating into the self. I give up. I do not wish to have this experience, or I am done with this life, even. Dear ones, those who fall into suicide and severe retreat from this life are also physically and mentally exhausted when they do this. And so it is, let us just say that if you are feeling them for no apparent or antecedent reason, they are very likely ascension symptoms, you might say, of a rising vibration. So, dear one, I believe what you are saying is, if I feel this and I cannot identify the reason, could it be that my vibration is rising? Dear one, in your case, this is the case. Your vibration is rising. Your understandings are becoming realizations, and this energetic shift can very often, let us say, be a regathering of energies that seems like it expresses as mental and physical exhaustion. What it is that you are moving so much within yourself that the external is, let us say, deprioritized for a time. And if your external is deprioritized, it seems like you have mental and physical exhaustion. Here is a blessing for all of you, since this beautiful shining one has asked for one. Let us bless each of you to further realize, yes, realize with a capital R, and becoming real for you, the golden age of beingness. It comes within first. This is truly realization when it changes within and then becomes expressed without. And this pressing out, this expressing of reality, of realization of your own inner royalty, Real. Dear ones, this is a blessing that each of you may more fully and efficiently and with ease and grace realize within you that this golden age is here to stay, and that you are fully striding upon this golden path, and that things are getting better and will continue to get better. You ain't seen nothing yet, they might say. Beauty is coming your way. This is a blessing right now that you fully more, that you are able to, with ease and grace, integrate these understandings into realization. Beautiful, dear one. Thank you for this. You have blessed, through your question, those gathered here. Are you, Jadon Se, in contact with ET races out of the Gaia in the physical? Out of Gaia in the physical. Dear one, physicality is, let us say, something that physical beings get enamored by. And many of those who are operating in denser consciousness, they say things like, I'll believe it when I see it, and I'll put it in my hand, show me, don't tell me. They want to see the physical proof, so to speak, of something, for they are operating in a realm where it is not proven until it becomes physical. And so they give extra weight to the physical, let us say. And this is beautiful and understandable, for this way of being. And there is, let us say, an understanding that when a ET race comes to you physically, things get real. Well, they are real when they are coming energetically as well, and when they are simply orbs floating around above you in the sky, and they seem to be plasma or some other form of being. They are just as real, they are just as present, and yes, this dragon is in contact with all of the above, and now there is a physical being here who just had a birthday, and she is with us here. Welcome to your Stephanie.
Yeah, hello. I just wanted to say thank you for all the birthday wishes and the donation. Thank you so much. Really appreciated all that.
Yes, there was an outpouring of beautiful showering of energies, and even a financial blessing from an anonymous person, a beautiful being. Thank you, thank you. Your Stephanie had a very wonderful birthday experience, and your Stephen has tried to make it continue for at least a month, for he is deeply in love with this one and loves to see her celebrating her own beingness. And so, thank you for that. And so, let us finish this question. Yes, the ET races are. Let us say, I am in touch with them. There are physical ET beings on your world, most of them incognito, so to speak, for they do not wish to alarm or cause anyone to fall into fear. So many of them are walking amongst you as humans and human hybrids. And yes, dear ones, there are those you can even speak to, human ET hybrids. Your Vivienne Chauvet is an Arcturian human hybrid. She is real. This is not just fantasy or some story. She is truly an Arcturian human hybrid who is speaking openly of this, and can speak with you if you wish. Tune into her. There are many of them, and some of them more public than others. That one, Vivienne Chauvet, considers herself to be an ambassador of the Arcturian energies and presence, and so it is like a diplomatic mission that she is on to make it known that the Arcturians are here. And so there are many. We do not wish to abruptly introduce any of you to physical ETs, for it can become ungrounding for a time and even terrifying if you are not prepared inwardly for it. So it is with ease and grace that the ETs, so to speak, your star families, extraterrestrial. It sounds so impersonal, and it sounds so scientific. And no, dear ones, these are your star families. They are loving beings for the most part, and those that come into your sphere of understanding and awareness will more and more become present to your outward senses. For at first, as many of you looking up in the sky, calling in, and each of you can do this. Sit under the stars and call them in. Say, I wish to call to me the appropriate star families that are here for my highest good in the eyes of the highest divine. Always do that, dear ones. Call in, invite in beings that are love-based beings for your highest good. Do not just open the door wide to any beings coming. This is improper use of a portal, you might say. Do not do this recklessly. You call in those that are here for your highest good, loving beings, heart-based beings, here for your highest good in the eyes of the highest divine. And dear ones, invite them to first show themselves in the skies, and you will see, many of you already have, what do we call spheres and orbs. They at first look like maybe that is a satellite. Wait, it just changed direction. Or, wow, that is golden and sparkly. It is brighter than any star. Is that the International Space Station? Wait, it just slowed down or sped up, or it only just appeared and disappeared very rapidly. Or you will see the giveaway for this is when they happen directly where you are looking in the sky. If it is something like your international space station, the odds of it just simply coming into view right where you are looking above you in the sky at that moment are very low indeed. And so this is a giveaway for you who are still thinking, well, maybe it was just a satellite that rolled over for a moment and we caught a glint of sunlight on its solar panels or something. Just know when it comes, when you call it at the place you are looking, that is unmistakable. And then you will start to give yourself permission for more interactions. And as you do this, dear ones, they will begin to do things that no satellite could do. And as you are ready for this and you are not in a freak out mode over it, then they will be a little more coming to you a little more gently, but a little more obviously. And your star families do not want a freak out, okay? So they are not going to just zip appear above your backyard in a full mothership with lights and all of this unless you are ready for it. We do not wish for any beings who are waking up to their greater families to have this be an unpleasant experience. It needs to be one that is invited first from the heart. And if it is a heart-based connection, more and more they will begin to reveal themselves. You will see. Play with this, dear ones. Your Stephen and Stephanie have had many of these experiences and are very often calling them in. And yes, it is beautiful. Thank you. I am Abso. This makes sense. Abso, is this like some sort of Australian speak, like I am Abso, like absolutely? It is fun speaking like this. I just came out of 9 years of being targeted by the darkness, fully awakened now by the grace of God. Dear ones, this is beautiful. Change the tide. Let it not be coming at you. Let it be coming through you and out of you, this light and love. Change the tide. Yes, dear ones. And the darkness will recede. The darkness cannot approach the light. The darkness retreats from the light. It is, yes, dear ones, change the tide. It is only fear and shrinking away that invites in the darkness. Jadon Se is retinal scanning bad. Retinal scanning. Dear ones, it really depends on who is doing the scanning and what is being done from the retina. When you are speaking of biometric readings where someone is authenticating you as being the true person that you are by reading your retinal fingerprint, you might say, the very unique pattern of your retina, it is a biometric scanning that is authenticating who you are because of this physical trait, let us say. Dear ones, you are being scanned all the time. There is technology to scan your earlobes and identify who you are by your earlobes. It is, you do not need to be freaked out about these. They are crude, simple, let us say technological programs that simply identify a being. Each of you do this with much greater accuracy than your technology. Do you realize how beautiful it is, the human ability to recognize a face? You can recognize the energy of a person from simply their eyes alone, and you can recognize from their eyes how they are feeling from moment to moment by these micro movements and micro arrangements of their beingness. Do you not realize that you, dear ones, are far more advanced scanning systems than anything that your computers have done with retina scanning or fingerprint scanning, even DNA scanning? dear ones, you are light years ahead of this, and you do it all the time. When you encounter a person, you scan them immediately, and it is instantaneous. Your scanning is very highly accurate. Most of you can immediately know if you have ever even seen that human before. From one simple scan, you have authenticated their entire beingness, their signature. And this is simply just your average consciousness human. It is, you have abilities that are far beyond this. Those of you who can see auras and read energies and see with your third eye, so to speak, have even far more pronounced scanning capabilities, so to speak. This is just a way of beings encountering each other and seeing each other. And yes, your computer systems and your police state of dark hierarchical factions of beings who have wished to control this planet, they were all over themselves trying to create a surveillance state with these technologies. And yes, your smartphones, so to speak, are simply listening devices, and they are listening to this right now. It is fine. Where is that information going? Into some database that will soon be deactivated and decommissioned, and it will come to nothing. And many of you understand the idea of a panopticon. This is like this. It is like a tower that sees everything and is always watching. And because of this, then people fall in line because they know they are always being watched. These were the ideas of these dark ones who wish to put these in everyone's pocket and to use all these biometric scanners and GPS systems to position you all the time and to know everything about everyone, and so that they can control them. Dear ones, this is all falling away. These technologies will only be here for a short while longer, for they are obsolete, even right now, completely obsolete. And why is this? Because these centralized hierarchical structures are crumbling, and there is no one repository of data, and your privacy is no longer being violated for the nefarious reasons of some elite few that wish to profit from this. These systems are crumbling. They are disappearing and falling away. Yes, those of you who wish to walk into this technocratic dystopian timeline, you can do this. You can start putting cyborg implants on your bodies and computer chips interfacing directly with your brains. And if you wish to experience this sort of discomfort and yes, pain and suffering and eventual, let us say, dystopia, there is a timeline eagerly awaiting for you to go explore that if you wish. Have fun with it if that is your desire. Most of you understand that consciousness and spiritual abilities make all of that obsolete. All technology is obsolete when you reach deeper and deeper realizations. If you are able to form something into physical beingness out of your own consciousness, from your own inner beingness, and simply call forth a loaf of bread and it is in your hand, you do not need these technologies. If you wish to shapeshift and change your form spiritually, organically, beautifully, divinely, this is so many light years ahead of these crude technologies that are trying to mimic this. And none of these technologies are necessary. All of this and more shall be given to you spiritually, dear ones, through understanding, becoming, realization, and mastery, you might say. You will see these technologies are already obsolete and will not be around much longer. A blessing for everyone who is alone for these festivities. If you are feeling alone, dear one, it is most likely that you have created a situation where you are alone, and your own greater beingness has brought this about for a purpose of some sort. Loneliness can seem very unpleasant and can be very, what is the old saying? Solitude heals, isolation kills. This is very true and very wise. What is the difference between solitude and isolation? One is by choice and the other seems forced upon you. So, if your aloneness is a form of solitude, it is a great blessing and beautiful, and there is a deep purpose behind it. And if your aloneness is a form of isolation, then it is an opportunity for you to change the tide we spoke of. For nothing can be forced upon you from the without when you hold enough light and love within. It is only the fear and shrinking away that invites this so-called interference into your being, in this forced isolation, so to speak. So feel into this, dear one. Am I alone for solitude, or am I isolated because something from the outside is forcing me into isolation? And it is like solitary confinement in a prison with bars around you. This is one of the worst forms of punishment, for it seems forced from the without, and this isolation can and does kill. It will shut you down, and your body will eventually expire if you follow it further and follow it far enough for this to occur. And so turn the tide, dear one. Bring the light and the love within. Bring your own beingness. Grow your own sense of unity consciousness, your own connection with the angels, the divine masters, ascended masters, yes, dragons, unicorns, fairies. All of your friends and loved ones are with you at all times. You are never truly alone unless you trick yourself into feeling that way. So turn the tide, dear one, and this will be your blessing. Very good. It is now, let us say, about time to finish this gathering. So it has been wonderful to have you here. One more comment here. Yes, star families is more appropriate. Dear ones, star families. Let us end on that note. Since with the theme of this gathering is the turning of the tide and bringing in love and light, let us extend that to the stars. Let us invite in our loved ones from the stars, loving beings that are here for our highest good in the eyes of the highest divine, our highest timeline of reuniting with our star families. Let us call this in. As we turn this tide, let us extend to the stars. Beautiful, dear ones. This has been a beautiful gathering. It is because of your questions, your sharings, your energies here that these messages are coming through. So you have called them in, you are facilitating this, and you have an opportunity to share these understandings as they become realizations. Beautiful. We thank you very much for gathering. And now let us shout out where on this beautiful Gaia we are at this time, in this moment of now. It is beautiful to end with this connection, this beautiful connection. So do it, please. Share, dear ones. Let us hear it. Let us shout it from the rooftop, so to speak. Some of you are very slow to type, and there is a delay on the live stream. And let us gather up these energies as they are getting ready to flower forth. Double delights, yes, indeed. Beautiful energies. Well, it is updating in one place, but not another. So we will read where it is updating. We are in New Jersey, San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. We are in Holland, in Latvia. Welcome to Latvia. The Baltics, very good. Yes, dear ones, we are in Illinois, we are in Thailand, we are in South Africa, we are in Los Angeles, we are in Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, South Africa, we are in Houndland, California, Howlingville, California. We are in Central Texas. We are in Tyrol, Austria. Yes, dear ones. let this continue. Where are we in the world right now? Yes, dear ones, Groves, Texas, beautiful. Queensland, Australia, London, England, beautiful. Thank you for gathering from all of these beautiful places, for your moment of now matters where you are, grounding these dragon energies. And let us all take one inhale and exhale. Inhale from the dragon realms, the energies, and exhale them into the dragon grid where you stand right now. This is your dragon breath. Michigan. We are in Warren, Michigan, the beautiful Great Lakes. Beautiful energies. Dear ones, thank you very much for gathering. Your presence matters more than you can know. We look forward to meeting with you again very soon. Be blessed.